one, and we are live.
We're live.
Hello, Potfy. Haven't seen you in a couple weeks. Well,
I
at least
know.
on the
Where
show,
have you been?
on the live show.
Hey,
I've
your
been in
video looks
Japan.
good.
My what?
Your video looks good.
Ah,
Don't jinx anything.
don't change a thing, huh?
Should never change a thing.
So we should be visible now on the feed on YouTube and podfeed.com/live.
And I think somebody's here.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Sandy.
All right. Here you go.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Forbes. How you doing?
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sienna's about to join us. She had
You can't
something
pull
all
it.
over
You
her
gotta be
face.
close to the mic. What's your favorite kind of computer? Don't say Chrome. Chromebook.
Yeah, what is your favorite
Say
computer,
a Mac.
Forbes? You better say the right one. You know what show you're on with an
What-
ever
what
so
kind of phone
slight
do you have,
Apple
Forbes?
bias.
What?
What kind of phone do you have?
An iPhone 12,
Yeah, you do.
Okay,
What color's
there
your
you
case?
go.
electric blue.
That's good. You like your phone?
Yeah.
What's your favorite video game?
Roblox.
No, it isn't.
Yes.
It's Minecraft.
Oh, you've got another
Oh, on
person
your
here.
phone. Oh, okay, that's a good one. All
Sienna
right.
would like to say hi.
There comes.
You want to
Hi.
say? Here, let's get this down where people.
Hi,
see.
Sienna.
She can't hear in there, Steve.
Yeah, I'm not sure. If,
Maybe we should switch. Okay, you go in. You
yeah,
go in.
those are
Say
probably
bye,
better
everybody.
for her. Those
Bye,
over the ear.
everybody.
Sienna, come this way.
Okay, you want to go see Mimir, and then you can probably hear better.
All right.
Hey, Forbes.
Okay, you want to climb up here?
This is my buddy Forbes.
This is- and
Say hi to
here's,
Sienna. Here.
here's Sienna. She's living her best life. She's
Hi.
been in
Hi,
her
Sienna.
pajamas all day, and she's been eating chocolate.
Hi,
Can you hear?
boy. Hi, Sienna.
This is riveting podcasting.
Beer.
Hello, Sienna.
Say hi. Steve, are you dead in the water?
Video's frozen. Yeah, we were. I think it may be coming back.
Oh,
Okay, it seems to be
There you
coming
are.
back. We may be having bandwidth issues.
there you go. Say hi, Kevin.
Hi, Sharon.
Hi, John.
Hi, Sean.
Hi, Jill.
Hi, Sir.
Jill.
Sir.
Who is she saying hi
Very
to?
good.
Bob, come here. Bye.
Bye
Hi,
bye.
sweetie. Oh. All right.
So-
Someday we got to clip all those together when she becomes famous.
We may have
become
bandwidth issues tonight.
Yeah, that was weird though.
The whole thing went out, the whole feed.
Yeah, I just saw it spinning
Yeah.
everywhere there should have been a feed. But that's not like stuttering or anything like that. That's a little different.
No, it was different. So Ron, I'm not sure the pronunciation. Hybe, are you new? And thank you for joining us. Do you know
I
Ron,
don't see-
Allison?
I don't see him.
Yeah, look in the chat.
Oh yeah. No, I have known Ron forever.
Oh, you have. Okay, Ron.
I also
Well,
I also
welcome.
don't know I don't
That
know
guy named
can see Steve? Oh, there you are.
Okay.
We
I had
actually
tail
lost
scale.
internet, Steve.
I had tail scale on. I'm turning that off.
Okay. But we lost internet. You know that
Yeah.
app I have that tells me when internet's gone? It was
Yep.
gone. That wasn't a stuttering. That was a gone.
Yep.
Hi, Mike.
This may be a spotty show.
It might be. Might have to get started. So the good news is I'm not going to be doing a lot of recording. It's going to be a lot of stopping and starting and dropping in recordings. But why don't we go ahead and get started and hope for the best? I've got audio on. Oh. Every time I stop, I'm going to unmute Discord just in case you're gone from there. But I have a feeling I won't be able to hear you either place. So
Can you go with Discord instead of StreamYard?
for audio.
Right.
But then that means if you make any noise and you talk to the Discord people, I'm going to hear it while I'm recording.
I'll have to have good mic control.
Self-control.
Good mic self-control.
Yeah,
I'll work on it.
Yeah, we know how good you are at that.
So we're gonna go. We're both gonna go with Discord, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to mute Edge. Can you talk for a second, Steve?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Oh, and it's a lot less hiss, too.
Ah.
That's interesting. I wonder what that means. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Here we go. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeet.com, a technology geek podcast with an ever so slight Apple bias. Today is Sunday, April 27th, 2025, and this is show number 1042. Well, what a spectacular job did Bart and Jill and Alistair do last week. That was amazing. Last 2 weeks, I should say. Those three people did so much work. I can't believe how wonderful it was. And it just really made it possible for Steve and me to have a great time in Japan. And of course, Steve doing all the extra work to get the CES interviews ready for them weeks ahead of time was great as well. Anyway, I thank you all for just such a great time. Anyway, I will be doing a Tech in Japan article soon, but this week we actually have too much content for me to be able to get to it. Okay, boy, that was a winging of two different articles at the same time. Let's see.
I didn't even see him.
Yeah, it was. I had a big mess in my articles this week that I wrote the beginning and then I lost it and I found it again. All right.
I think it worked.
Yeah. I winged it. Get the kids off the network. I don't think it was bandwidth. I think it was
we just got
drop
kicked
out
off
of the internet. Okay, I'm going to put a chapter mark. Oh, wait. Well, they were going to play an analog game.
Analog. The kids play analog games? What's gotten into them?
There was a Minecraft analog game Lindsay was going to play with.
Wow.
Play with them with. Copy link. Paste. All right. Here we go. Oh, I should save. That's what it's telling me. And see. Yep. It's funny how many things disappear from your brain when you have jet lag or you've been away for just 2 weeks. I was furious because I had set up the reason that I just had that problem just now was I had created the show notes, putting all the links together and everything in Mars Edit. And then I got an update. And so I ran the update. When I came back, it was gone. And I was like, I forgot to hit save. I can't believe that. So I created it again. And then something else went on and I lost it a second time. And so finally I did it a third time. And then I went and realized that it was Feeder that was getting the updates and I wasn't looking at Mars Edit at all. So I was looking at the wrong app.
It happens to the best of us. Did you see?
Forbes thinks he deserves a screen again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. He went grocery shopping. He went fish shopping. Went for a walk with me. I'd give him whatever he wants. Did I miss any saves? We don't know. All right. Recording. Here we go. Nope. The 20th anniversary of the NosillaCast is coming up on May 13th, and to commemorate this event, we've created 20th anniversary shirts. They're from Cotton Bureau, and if you choose one of the vintage blend ones, they're super yummy soft. There are other colors as well, though, that aren't vintage if you don't see what you like. I did put in a lot of color options, but if there's a color you wish was there and it's not, shoot me an email at allison@podfeet.com. Now, some colors just don't work right with the multicolored logo, but I'll check for you just in case. I hope you'll proudly wear these shirts so people will ask you, what the heck is the NosillaCast? Oh, yeah. Put a screenshot of the shirts. I think they look really cool. I'm super excited.
All right.
Let me look at this gap here. Get to it. The 20th anniversary of the... Okay. You know, my favorite conference of the year is MacStock in Woodstock, Illinois, just outside of Chicago. It is such a great gathering of interesting people. The sessions are always fantastic, and the hallway discussions, I think, are actually even better. It's a very friendly conference. There's no, cliques. Everybody is approachable and fun. I'm bringing all of this up because if you register to attend using the coupon code PODFEET50, all in capital letters, you'll get $50 off the conference fee, and I'll get $25 too. The show is July 11th to 13, and I guarantee you'll meet other NosillaCastaways there too, like Marty Gensius and Joe from the Northwoods, and of course Steve, and more. Head on over to MacStockConferenceandExpo.com today, and I hope you'll come join us. Oh yeah, the vintage Navy, I hope, is going to be pretty good. We've already ordered ours, and we both bought the Navy. All right.
I bought black.
Oh, you did? I thought you bought Navy.
Nope.
Oh, wanted to be different, huh?
Yeah.
The Navy works really well with the logo, but maybe did we buy one of each, both?
You did. I only bought the black.
Oh, okay. Sip here. All right. Maybe I'll do this. I didn't do a bumper in between those. Am I supposed to do a bumper?
No, you didn't.
I still don't like the bumpers. Oh. Let's see. Oh. View back to there. Actually have too much content for me to be able to get to it. The 20th anniversary. Too soon. I spent time doing stupid stuff like this. The 20th anniversary of the NosillaCast is coming up on May. What the heck is the NosillaCast? Okay. And then I gotta do this. Move about that far apart, and then put the bumper in. The heck is the NosillaCast? You know, my favorite conference of the year is... All right, there we go. I could go just a teeny bit earlier. Yeah, right there. You know, my favorite conference... Okay, there we go. I do like those bumpers. Okay, and then you gotta go there. Chapter marks in the wrong place. Oh. I'm going to use Bart's audio icon, as he calls it. Okay. In this week's tidbit episode of Programming by Stealth, I am not on the show. Bart Busschots and Helma van der Linden start by reviewing how she took the reins of the XKPassWD project to first convert it from Perl to JavaScript and then to completely rewrite the web app. After that, she separated the JavaScript library from the web app code, which is kind of like gene splicing. This episode is primarily walking through exactly how she accomplished that split. And now, XKPassWD is officially out of beta, so you can go directly to xkpasswd.net. You can find Helma's fabulous tutorial show notes and the audio podcast over at pbs.bartificer.net, or of course, subscribe to Programming by Stealth in your podcatcher of choice. And that would have been way more fun if I was recording. Try it again.
That's my bad.
Because you didn't notice?
Yeah, I should have noticed that.
Yeah, that would be a good one. Here we go. In this week's tidbit episode of Programming by Stealth, I'm actually not on the show. Bart Busschots and Helma van der Linden start by reviewing how she took the reins of the XKPassWD project to first convert it from Perl to JavaScript and then to completely rewrite the web app. After that, she separated the JavaScript library from the web app code, which is kind of like gene splicing, really. This episode is primarily walking through exactly how she accomplished that split. And now XKPassWD is officially out of beta, and it's available at xkpasswd.net. You can find Helma's fabulous tutorial show notes and the audio podcast at pbs.bartificer.net, or of course, you should probably just subscribe to Programming by Stealth in your podcatcher of choice.
Got it.
Haven't we heard this before? Thank you, Kevin.
Good job, Kevin.
All right, that's about it for me. All the rest of the work is Steve's. Let's see, Neoplants.
Well, I thought Alistair had something in here.
Yep. And then along security bits.
Yes.
Podcatcher of choice. Patrick Torby just... Up, chapter mark. Kevin. Say it louder next time. This is a really cool one. This is about some science behind plants that will clean your air, like more than the regular air cleaning plants. All the work is Steve's. Well, to be fair, I didn't do much of the work here. I mean, I'm not going to lie. All right, next we've got Alistair Jenks with he's making me spend more money. On Hue light strips. Remember when he asked everybody what he should be buying instead of Nanoleaf? And then we talked him into Hue. Well, he went bananas on it. Let's see. A little bit more gap there. Just a little more breathing room. Philips Hue. Let's see. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, no. I have to find where Alistair's stuff is. Alistair's recordings. That's not good. Donated recordings, that's right. Hue light strips. That one's supposed to go in here. And this one. Then I can go back here. All right. Hue light strips.
Thank you very much, guys.
Back when I was a user of Nanoleaf smart lighting products, I wanted to use one of their LED light strips on the back of my Apple Studio display as a backlight. The trouble was how to mount the strip effectively. It is designed to curve but not in the same plane as the lights. I'm sure it was possible to cleverly bend the corners, but I wanted a rock and roll has never been better.
Well, I've complained to Alistair that his series on Hue items is really starting to cost me money. I really think I need one of these light strips because I do have a, boy, who makes it? I think it's a Hue light that's stuck on the back of my display, but it doesn't light it up, the wall up enough. So I think one of these light strips across the back of my desk, Steve, would be really cool to light up the wall. I don't need this, but it looks really neato and I want one. Did Lynn answer yet? Yeah, Yuffie. Yeah, so she's got dual cameras so she can see the ground where the packages are.
Yeah, so you did see the question. The problem we have with our Ring doorbell, we did a post on this, but we can't see both the floor and the person's face. So I rigged up a mirror, like one of these wide angle mirrors you put on a side view mirror for a car, above the Ring camera, so that you can, part of the top of the view is obstructed, but you don't see anything but ceiling there. And that shows the floor in front of our door. But that's really a kludge.
And it's upside down.
That's it. And it's upside down and it's smaller. Everything, is much larger than it appears, but it's smaller when it's at distance.
And to be fair, it's covered in cobwebs.
Well, at night, when you have infrared going and there's any cobweb around, it lights up the cobweb, the infrared light, and it glows so bright you can't see anything else. So if you keep the cobwebs away, it's okay. So
we aren't great about that.
It's okay, but we have a special need that it didn't satisfy.
Yeah, they are. Mike brings up the Ring is not HomeKit compatible, and the Eufys are, as long as you don't go above 1080p. And I've done the Homebridge thing too, and it does actually work with the with Homebridge pretty well, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Check
but
these.
you got to be a little geeky to get Homebridge installed and run it, and got to have a server and
a lot of geeky.
Not insurmountable, but it's a little more friction.
Yeah, I'd really be interested in trying that Eufy, Steve. That double camera is really
the Eufy
cool.
Doorbell?
Yeah. Probably break the whole wall mount thing. Lynn does.
Has it?
No.
Lynn.
So you could actually go see hers before you decided, and she'd probably make you banana bread or something. Chocolate chip cookies, you never know.
Side bonus.
Muffins. Visiting Lynn's house is a very good idea. Okay. Oh yeah, you don't want to go with Wise. Wise is a security nightmare. All right, I got to check this, and I want one. Way too long. Neato, and I want one. There are a lot of smart rings out right now, but we're in the booth of Lotus with. Well, to be fair, Lindsay, we didn't know they were a security nightmare when I turned you on to them, and we filled our house with them too. Everybody here probably. Come before next weekend? Why, are you going to stop baking after that? There are a lot of smart rings. Okay. It's going to be a long show. That one was an odd one. It's a ring that uses IR to control a switch that'll turn lights on and off for you, like wall switches. It's kind of an accessibility thing. Not sure it's the...
Yeah. For one thing, you have to have the kind of wall switch that toggles top and bottom, not the smaller switch, but the one that's more
no, it'll do that kind too, didn't it?
Does it? I didn't see that.
I thought that's what he said.
The toggles look like they were designed for a bigger separation,
like the paddle kind.
Yeah, so mechanically switches your existing light switch, so all you have to do is magnetically attach it to your light switch. It attaches to the screws magnetically, so there's very little setup. And that's the advantage. And it's, there's no app, there's no rewiring, there's no internet involved. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, but you end up with a smart home. So if you want to be able to turn light switches on and off in a hotel room, for example.
Yeah, portable.
You
so
just
you can
bring
take
it with you and pop it on.
Assuming it has that type of a switch, the wall.
Do not paddle, Steve. All right, here we go. Interesting. Oh, I didn't mean to record. Like those should be. Teeny bit more. Interesting.
In 2001, I travelled to the United Kingdom for work. I remember taking my SLR camera and a VHS.
I just realized I didn't introduce Alistair before he started talking the first time. Oh well. Hope everybody knows who that is.
Well, oh, that's right. He didn't do one of the shows, so he didn't really introduce himself.
Right. Let me make sure. Let's see.
You could
Did he
could put
introduce
it in
himself
now.
here?
Back when I was a user of NanoLeaf smart lighting products.
I guess. If you've been listening for a long time, but there might be new people once in a while. Dagnabbit, Alistair, that's another thing I need. That's a really cool wall plug. I like that idea. We do a lot of international travel, and it actually might have come in handy in Japan, but you're not going to know why until you hear me do my Tech in Japan article that I keep promising. I promise I really will get it done soon. All right. Why bought? Okay, now here's a pool cleaner that Lindsay should want us to get for her. It's a solar-powered pool cleaner that is just like a Roomba for your pool. It goes over to the little dispenser and dumps its own garbage, everything that it picks up. The only problem with it is it's $3,000.
So it's got a docking station like a Roomba on the side of the pool. Charges, detaches, and automatically goes about its work.
Why bought? Why bought? Oh, what problem does it solve? You know that hose that chases you around in the pool? No hose. Crawls up and down the sides. I mean, you don't have the hose monster game to play anymore, so there's that. But all right, I'm gonna play here. Promise I really will get it done soon. Both of our kids have pools, and they've got pool cleaners, and they seem to kind of wander around by themselves and do some pool cleaning. But apparently, Ybot has a different solution, and I'm talking to Jose Valles.
Yeah, so we have different solutions overall, but we've been in the market for
25 years. All right. Ooh, support the show.
So Ron says he pulls his out when they swim. We don't even pull it out. We just swim with it.
I didn't know you could
do that. It becomes the hose
that.
monster.
Yuffie's having a sale. Uh-oh.
Oh, for parties? Yeah. Okay.
Steve, it is my birthday.
I guess we don't really rate a hose pull.
Oh, you pull it out for parties? You never pull it out for us. All right, here we go. All right.
Thank you for your time.
Well, we have a hero of the week, and it's Thomas Lebens. He went to podfeed.com/donate, and he used the Buy Me a Coffee tool to choose a number of $5 coffees that show the value he feels he's been getting from the content we produce here. I know, it doesn't feel like I do any of the production, but I will be getting back to it soon. While I do appreciate the money that he gave me to help fund the work, it means work. While I certainly appreciate the money to help fund the work, it means even more to me just to know, he's out there learning from the show and maybe giggling from time to time at how I deliver the information. Thank you so much, Thomas. I really appreciate your support.
You mean giggling when it's appropriate?
Yeah, one can only hope, right? Security bits. Oh, I better put a chapter mark in.
Yes.
This is, if I missed this chapter mark, I would be really angry because this is a terrific security bits.
It's a do not miss.
It is a do not miss. Yeah, it's really, really good.
Oh, the quantum one. Yes.
Yeah, I should have said something up front. All right. Well,
Quantum Solace. No, different movie.
okay. Let's see. Yeah, so in this security bits, Bart is going to answer a question from Slack where basically is quantum computing really going to destroy encryption as we know it? And Bart walks through explaining how quantum computers are different from regular, what he calls digital computers. And then he explains why we are actually ahead of the game and will be able to, the algorithms have already been developed to get around the problems that that will happen when quantum computers are a reality. And, only Bart can break it down like that. All right, let's hear a little plink. Give me a plink. Plink. I like that. It's a double there. Let's see. I'm going to get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. And I'm going to cut this off to there. I'm going to slide you up to about there. And then we're going to pull these two together. Don't let me forget to do his audio icon at the end. Oh, actually, let me listen from here. So much, Thomas. I really appreciate your support. Well, it's that time of the week again. It's time for Security Bits with Bart Busschots, and the band is back together. You don't have to do it solo, Bart.
Yay. That is so nice, especially for the...
Oh, I think I brought him forward a little bit too far. I think you should wait until I say it to say yay. Do it solo, Bart.
Yay! That is so nice, especially for the topics we have today, to be honest, because it's only been a week since I did the news, and it's not been no news, but on the whole, it's much less news than last time. So we actually get to do some deep diving, and it's one I'm really happy to do with you.
Yeah, I do have to say.
Well, I put it off.
Listening to the show, it was fantastic, of course. But there were so many times I was going, yeah, but Bart, what do you mean by that? And I wanted to ask,
I know. If I could
go back just a little bit. Just a smidge. Rid of that.
With you, because I don't, well, I put it off.
Listening to the show,
yeah, so our very first topic is in fact a deep dive, and it comes from the Podfeet Slack over at podfeet.com/Slack. We have I think a recent Slack participant, Mild Demons, who posted a question I thought was worth taking here. So what he wrote was, I am wondering if you know and can tell us what the security community is up to in regards to quantum computing breaking the encryption that we have now. I just thought about this as Microsoft has a quantum computing chip, and I was just wondering the above. So it's like, cool. Now, before I even had a chance to reply, NosillaCast Column B jumped in with the most salient part of the answer, which is that NIST has released the first 3 post-quantum algorithms last summer. But Mild Demons insisted he'd like to hear the two of us have a chat anyway. So, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
We should also say, for everyone who's going to fast forward, the TLDR is basically that quantum computing is not going to destroy all of cryptography. But
we saw it coming.
When we figure it out, yeah, exactly. This is a train that we're well aware of. It will break some of our current algorithms. including some of the ones we're particularly fond of using, the asymmetric ones in particular. But we've known this, so it's not a surprise, and we've been preparing for it very well, actually. So we already have the algorithms. They've been rigorously tested, and they've been approved by the standards bodies. And a controlled transition is actually well underway. So we're already halfway through, not halfway, but we're well underway of actually implementing the changes. And what we need to do to secure our most critical systems is really just a matter of rolling it out. And I'm sure there'll be some bumps in the road, and there will be some laggards, right? Some apps and so forth that never quite get around to it. But there's absolutely no reason to expect a calamity. So, fire extinguisher out.
So when I was reading your notes, and I did learn a lot from this, and I'm looking forward to it. When I was reading your notes, I thought about the fact that we've had to up the algorithms over time before, right? We're at AES
Right.
256 or whatever right now. Well, we didn't used to be at 256, and when those new algorithms go into place, not everybody updates, and there are edge case problems, but that's going to happen again. It happened in the past, and I bet it's going to happen in the future.
Yeah, it seems a good bet. Yeah, it definitely seems like a good bet. I guess there's a subtle difference that what we've had to do in the past is update the scale of our existing algorithms. So from 64-bit to 128-bit
Not invent a
to
whole new science.
256. Yeah, not invent a whole new science. But then again, when SHA-1 became unsafe, we had to stop using one of our favorite algorithms altogether. So maybe we have been through this before. Maybe it is actually a good comparison.
Okay.
So I don't think you can talk about why quantum computers matter to encryption without understanding what quantum computers are, and I say understanding in the loosest possible way, because it's bloody hard. It's really bloody hard.
Wait till you hear my palate cleanser
I-
at the end. It's perfect segue
Oh,
into
good.
that.
Because I have a joint honors degree, so 2 majors in experimental physics and computer science. So you think I'd be the perfect person, but even I struggle with this. Still, mainly because I was a little bit too late in the computer science. The quantum computing was still too pie in the sky. But anyway,
No, it's because
I'm
it
getting
can't be
old.
understood. That's why.
I'm going with that. Yeah, I'm going with that. So I think the biggest misunderstanding is that a quantum computer is a faster computer. So it doesn't do anything. The misunderstanding is that all it's doing is what we do already, but faster. But it's actually fundamentally different at the deepest possible level. So it doesn't do the same things faster. It does completely different things. And sometimes that ability to do completely different things overlaps with assumptions that we have used to base cryptography on. Because cryptography is always based on what is really hard. So what is really difficult to do. And if you have a whole other type of computing, it can accidentally make one of those assumptions invalid. And that's what's going on here.
Okay.
So I'm going to use a retronym.
All right. I'm stopping you. Nick! How you doing? Marty's back. But I'm almost done because the show is an hour and 29 minutes long. Wait, what happened? Hang on.
Perfectly describes what we're looking at here.
Yeah, that was perfect nerd humor. I love it. I love a link
There
that
we
we
go.
can point to.
Excellent. Right, and as the FBI have made clear, remember to stay patched so you stay secure. Float : right. And it perfectly describes what we're looking at here.
Yeah, that was perfect nerd. There's a big gap there. I don't know if that one was lined up so well. I'm going to keep this as a separate link that we can point to.
Right, and as the
All right. Ooh, got to do his thing at the end. Well, I hope it was a successful recording, Marty. All right. I got to do his audio icon out. That for
so you stay secure.
separate link that we can point to.
Right, and as the FBI have made clear,
Okay. Actually, hang on just a second. I think it's a separate link that we can point.
Eh.
What was that, Steve? No.
That's what I just heard on Bart's recording.
Yeah. No, I think. Escape. B. I think I want to get that little E key makes because it sounds like he's not excited that I'm going to make a separate link. This is a separate link that we can point to.
yay. Excellent. Right, and as the FBI...
There we go.
You want that in there? Okay.
Yeah, he's reacting to me saying I'm glad this is a separate link that we can point to this article.
Is that a good or a negative reaction?
It's good. He said, "Yay!" Listen again.
Oh, I didn't. I heard. Eh.
Listen.
Okay.
So I'm gonna keep this as a separate link that we can point to.
Yay. Excellent.
Okay.
Yay! Excellent. Okay, now I can put his audio icon in.
Stay secure.
Whoop, that's got to be closer. Get ready to count your chapters, Steve.
I want to check this first.
Stay patched, so you stay secure.
All right. That's
Did
good.
I use the security bits intro when I started this?
I think you did, but it's worth checking.
I did. Okay. All the way to the end. Count. That's good. I like it. All right. Quit goofing around with the chat room and pay attention. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Places. Well, that's going to wind us up for this week. Did you know you can email me at allison@podfeed.com anytime you like? Maybe you want a different shirt color. You're going to send it to that email. If you have a question or a suggestion, just send it on over. I love to answer listener questions. Remember, everything good starts with podfeed.com. You can follow me on Mastodon, podfeed.com/Mastodon. If you want to listen to the podcast on YouTube, you can go to podfeed.com/YouTube. If you want to join the conversation, you can join our Slack community at podfeed.com/Slack, where you can talk to me and all of the other lovely Nosilla castaways, including Bart, and ask him questions that then turn out to be part of Security Bits. You never know. You can also support the show at podfeed.com/Patreon or with a one-time donation at podfeed.com/donate, just like Thomas did. He could use Apple Pay or any credit card there, or you could also go to podfeed.com/PayPal. A lot of different ways to donate money. And if you want to join in the fun of the live show, head on over to podfeed.com/live on Sunday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific time and join the friendly and enthusiastic Nosilla castaways. Thanks for listening and stay subscribed.
10.
10. Are we ready already?
Count got me inspired.
The count did? Okay, good. Let's see. And stay subscribed. Okay, I got to increase the height. It's going to mess everything up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You know, that's
We
a
have
good
10.
number. The count likes 10. It's a nice, round, even number.
Does he?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
I think
Hour and
that's
a
the
half
highest
show.
he went.
What's that?
I think that's the highest he went.
Was 10? You couldn't
I
count any
don't
higher?
remember 11 or 12.
Really?
Maybe Marty could inform us since he posted that.
All right. Well, we might go play with the grandkids again. Maybe even Lindsay and Nolan. Might be a gin and tonic in my future. I don't know. Don't know what could possibly happen.
A
But
hint,
I think
hint,
we
hint.
should. What's that?
Hint, hint, hint.
No hints at all. No, not any kind of hint. All right, everybody. It was really fun. We missed you guys for sure, but we had no NosillaCast to hang out with. By the way, we also met a guy named David Bogdan who doesn't participate much. He's definitely not in the live show, but he's a NosillaCast that has been writing to me and Bart since 2009. And he was absolute awesome sauce. He was so great. Actually, let me take one more picture. Where
Yes.
did I have the pictures?
The classic.
Let's see which one.
Stalker,
which picture?
right?
Oh no, that's Frank. Hang on.
Yes,
David?
there was fancy. There was some Japanese whiskey uh, that was consumed on the trip.
Oh, I learned that I like single malt scotch on the trip.
And there was some flavored sake, different flavors.
What's going on with my albums?
No, not for tonight. That was on the trip. Thanks, Lynn.
Oh, there is collections. That's gotten collapsed. I just want to show you a picture of where did we meet? We
you
met
want
him
me
in
to dig it up?
Hiroshima, right?
There was Hiroshima.
Yeah, I was trying to find the picture of. Oh, we had
David.
a robot sing "Happy Birthday" to us on our birthday. How fun was that?
Yep. And deliver us birthday cakes, individual cakes, one each.
Yep.
Although the plate said happy anniversary, but
the
each
little
cake
thing
had a little white chocolate thing that said happy birthday. So for Steve and Allison.
I think
So
it
I
counted.
think maybe, someone said anniversary is like a birthday. It's the anniversary of your birth.
Yeah.
Are you having trouble digging up that photo?
No, I got it, and I just hit send,
Oh,
but
I don't
it didn't
see it.
send. There we go.
There we go.
So
That
that's
was
David
David-
Bogdan, and he could not have been more delightful.
And he and Bart had been communicating a lot over the years, right?
Yeah, yeah. So it was super fun.
That was
Anyway.
near a restaurant in Hiroshima that we all went to, and it was very handy that David was fluent in Japanese and spoke quite a bit with the manager of the restaurant we were at, and they had a good time together
Yeah,
and helped
yeah.
translate some of the food that we were having.
That was definitely cool. All right, we should get going.
Yes, we should.
All right, I'm going to say goodbye, and thank you all for coming. We should be back in the normal studios, normal audio, normal bandwidth. But hey, it held up just fine. We did great.
Yeah. Thanks, Linz.
Thanks for coming. Yes, thank you for your bandwidth, Lindsay. Bye.
Bye-bye.